All right, so first off, I want to say all praise to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rakaha Kwadash, or in English, all praise to Yahweh, in the name of his Son, Yahweh Shai, in the name of the Holy Spirit. Double honors to my elders, apostles, and the bishops of Great Millstone, otherwise known as GMS for short, but also known as the Prophets of Doom. These are where I have learned this truth and where I am still learning this truth. And also I want to say shalom to the remnant and the elect of Israel. Lord willing, I'm of that number. All right, so again, off the heels of the previous video, we're still speaking about this Motb. I'll go ahead and get, since this is the third video, I'll go ahead and get this verse again, all right? Revelation 13, verses 16 and 17. And he causeth all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand or in their foreheads, and that no man might buy or sell, save he that had the mark, or the name of the beast, or the number of his name. All right. So we've been speaking about the Motb being the mark of the beast. All right. It is already in the earth. It is the micro C hip. All right. You have to put them things together, right? Micro, the letter C, and the word hip. Okay, put those things together and you'll know what we're talking about. All right, the first couple of videos and this one are readings on how the world is steadily moving in the way of prophecy. All right, this prophecy will be fulfilled. Okay, so let's go back to it. All right, so the next thing I typed in, all right, is if there was an implanted C hip, couldn't that easily lead to a type of programmable currency and subsequently programmed behavior? All right. Just for you people, all right, that don't respect or fear the Lord, to where you know that once you get this thing, it's a done deal. Okay. What is it that is different with you? You trust the enemy. All right. You let this man put fear into you. All right, you love this world. All right, the pride of the eyes, the pride of flesh, or the what is the lust of the eyes, lust of the flesh, and the pride of life. Okay, but let's look at what life would be like if you got this thing. Okay, it's still gonna be programmable currency. All right, and although you'll be able to buy and sell at the wave of a hand, okay, what are you gonna buy and sell with if you have went against these people's laws or whatever they like, and they just deemed you unworthy of buying that thing that you want, okay, or buying outside of the area that you frequent, or buying anything at all right? You are, or this mark of the beast acts as a slave, acts as a badge of servitude, I mean. And who are you going to be in servitude to? All right, the people that are in power now that we cannot trust. All right, Esau, Edom. Okay, specifically the top banking families. Okay, so again, I put, if there was an implanted C-hip, couldn't that easily lead to a type of programmable currency, meaning that you're not going to get away from programmable currency just because it went from a CBDC, which we all envision being outside the body, but what if it's inside the body? It's still going to be programmable. Okay, and subsequently, you are going to be programmed. All right, your behavior. All right, if you think that people are programmed in this day, wait till this Motb gets pushed, made mandatory. All right. So it says, in the hypothetical scenario where an implanted C-hip is the central node of a global control system, the link between the biological implant, programmable currency, and programmed behavior becomes a closed loop system of total oversight. It says, strictly looking at the week of March 22nd through 29th, 2026, the infrastructure for such a system is advancing through several key technological convergences. You hear that? All right, we are headed right in the direction of prophecy. Number one, it says the implant as the ultimate payment terminal. It says an implanted CHIP such as Neuralink N1 or a high-end RFID/NFC implant serves as a permanent, non-transferable digital identifier. All right. Again, 3 bullet points. The first one being biometric locking. It says, unlike a phone or card, an implant can be tied to unique biological markers like neural patterns or a heartbeat. It says, ensuring that the wallet cannot be used by anyone else. The second bullet point, well, actually, let me bring this up. Okay, if they can control you, all right, that's not just your money. That's two people's money. That's the one who gives it to you, the one who can take it away, and maybe yours, right? You become the money. Okay. 2, the second bullet point. Universal interface. It says by the end of March 2026, companies like Neuralink are moving toward high volume production and automated surgeries, aiming to make these interfaces a mainstream medical and eventually consumer reality. Third bullet point, frictionless dependency. It says once a person's ability to pay is physically embedded in their body, opting out of the financial system becomes a surgical rather than just a social decision. Now, you are tied to these people, okay? At the point you get this thing in you, they are a part of you, you are a part of them. All right? You end up having to go through something like a surgery, like they give conjoined twins when they want separation. They have to get cut open. You're going to have to get cut open to separate from them. But even then, it's going to be too late. You've already made your decision with the Lord, man. Okay? Second section. Okay, it says transition to programmable conditionality. It says the week of March 22nd, 2026 highlights a massive shift in how money itself works. Programmable money, or CBDCs, and tokenized deposits allows the powers that be to set rules on every unit of currency. A couple of bullet points under this one. It says smart contracts for behavior. It says during this week, the World Economic Forum, or WEF, and major banks like JP Morgan are finalizing frameworks for tokenized money that settles instantly and is perfectly traceable and observable. Okay, this is how they're going to determine if you are buying and selling or not, or if you are buying and selling legally or not. So if they threaten your livelihood, if you don't receive this micro CHIP, you think they're going to care about you if you automatically just don't decide to join their team? Next bullet point, it says automated restrictions. It says if your CHIP-based identity is flagged, right, for example, a low social score, okay, or excessive carbon use, all right, according to them, all right, cows' farts are messing up, are raising the carbon, okay? So what is going to happen if you fart? Is it automatically going to go off? All right, excessive carbon use. It says the programmable currency in your digital wallet can be automatically restricted from purchasing special goods like meat, fuel, or travel. This is a system that they are building around us. All right. Number 3, the third section of this, it says closing the loop, programmed behavior. It says the final step is the feedback loop between the CHIP and the currency, where financial access is used to nudge or force specific human behaviors. 3 bullet points again. All right. First one is real-time incentives. It says authorities can use the CHIP to track location or health data in real time, instantly airdropping rewards, all right, like programmable tokens. It says for compliant behavior or expiring funds for non-compliance. Second bullet point, the identity perimeter. It says, as noted in recent reports, the identity perimeter is the new battleground. By March 2026, the global standards for digital public infrastructure, or DPI, all right, digital public infrastructure, are being pushed to ensure that full engagement with society requires a verified digital and potentially biometric ID. Remember that word, gradualism, all right? Third bullet point, it says neural feedback. It says in a more advanced scenario, a brain-computer interface, or again, BCI, could potentially receive signals as well as send them, creating a direct link where financial punishments, like losing money, could be paired with immediate neural discomfort or restriction of digital access. Now, you receiving your own torture device, man. You signing up to receive your own torture device. All right, you people signing your family members up that have ALS or paralyzation or blind or deaf. All right, you have to keep that in mind. If you don't play the game, all right, yes, they can turn something on, but guess what that means? They can also turn something off. All right, and in that case, if you don't get it and you think you're going to get a family member with it, all right, you think you're going to sign one of your family members up that have ALS or paralyzation or blindness or deafness, all right, if you don't act right, they're going to torture your family. How about that? If you don't get one, we'll torture your family right in front of you. Okay, every time you come around this person, all right, we'll be able to tell by his bodily reactions that you're around, and we'll hurt him. All right, every time you're around, that's going to keep you away from him. How about that? Okay. So it goes on to say, by late March 2026, the replumbing of the global financial system into a tokenized programmable network is largely complete, waiting only for the widespread adoption of the hardware, the human integrated CHIP, to finalize the loop of total behavioral management. Okay, you see? So we're going to end this with telling you what it asked, and that's where we'll pick up in the next video, Lord willing. So it asks at the end here, it says, would you like to see a breakdown of the specific digital public infrastructure standards being debated this week by the BIS or WEF? Now I'm about to ask, what is the BIS let's see. Okay, the Bank for International Settlements is BIS. That's an international financial institution owned by central banks that foster global monetary stability, acting as a bank for central banks. Oh, these rich people's bank got banks. That's my bank's got banks. That's wild, man. And then again, of course, the WEF is the World Economic Forum. Okay. So again, it says, would you like to see a breakdown of the specific digital public infrastructure or DPI standards being debated this week by the Bank for International Settlements or World Economic Forum? Okay. So I'll put yes and a little bit more, but we're not going to go into that right now. But what we did go into, I hope it came through as sincere and edifying. I hope you are seeing how this can apply, or how this will apply, all right, to the very near future, okay? So do not take the micro C-hip, all right? Do not receive this charagma, which is what Mark, in the context of Revelation 13 and 6, or 13, 16, Revelation chapter 13, verses 16 and 17, in the context of Mark and those two verses right there, all right, that is the Greek word charagma. Okay. So, I hope this came through as sincere and edifying. With that, I say all praise to Yahweh, Bahoshem, Yahweh Shai, Bahoshem, Rakah Kodash, or in English, all praise to Yahweh, in the name of his Son, Yahweh Shai, in the name of the Holy Spirit. All right, double honors to my elders, apostles, and the bishops of Great Millstone, otherwise known as GMS for short, but also known as the Prophets of Doom. And these are where I have learned this truth, and these are where I am still learning this truth. And also I would like to say shalom to the remnant and the elect of Israel. Lord willing, I am of that number, and Lord willing, we'll see you in the next video. Shalom.